Evening and welcome to the Ysleta Independent School District's video conferencing meeting of the Board of Trustees. We invite you to share your comments with the board during the public comment portion of our meeting. Public comment electronic sign-up sheets show the rules for participating at the link provided in the electronic posting notice of our meeting. Your comments will be read out loud. Please may listen but may not enter into a discussion on the issue raised. This meeting of the Board of Trustees is called to order at 6 p.m. We have the quorum with Mr. Charlie Bustillos, Mr. Soltero Ramirez, Mr. Richard Coder, Mr. Mike Rosales, Ms. Connie Woodruff, Ms. Catherine Lucero, and myself, Cruz Ochoa. Trustee Lucero, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence? Ms. Lucero, you need to turn on your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Now for a moment of silence for our community, our state, and our nation as we face this pandemic together and the decisions ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lucero. Ms. Matherson, do we have any citizens input?
No, sir, there is no citizens input today.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, during the April 13th board workshop, Trustee Ramirez asked to pull consent item number 7 for a separate vote, as he will abstain from the item. We will consider the remaining consent items as one vote unless there are items you wish to pull for separate consideration. Are there any consent items you wish to pull for a separate vote? Okay, if there are no other items you wish to pull for separate consideration, the order of the business shall be as set out in this posted agenda unless changed by the consensus of the board. Okay, thank you. The agenda will be considered the consensus of the board. Dr. De La Torre, do you have a report for us this evening?
No, well, I do. It's something that I think is familiar to all of you. Earlier today, after meeting with all of the school principals and introducing the idea that students would not return for the 2019-20 school year, talking about some of the expectations relative to ending the school year on Friday, May 15th, and then asking them to please work with our families and our students on an individual basis for those students who either have incomplete work, are in a credit recovery program, and who really just want to earn their high school diploma between now and whenever we hold commencement exercises. I think all of our principals are true leaders. They've been working very, very hard. Their teachers have been working very, very hard. They're all very receptive to any leadership, any guidance that they can get relative to our current circumstances. I think they, as well as our community, will appreciate knowing exactly what the next 6 weeks will look like without wondering. They'll know that they are not returning. There will be no UIL competitions, no fine art performances. Unfortunately, they know that the instructional piece in the district, our virtual learning and continuity of instruction, will end on May 15th for those students making adequate progress. We will give those students who have incomplete assignments or who are in the credit recovery program an additional week to try and get their work in. And then from that point on, the principals, the counselors, and the teachers will work with families and students on an individual basis. They understand that teachers are still working under contract beginning May 18th, and that the expectation is that they will compile the assignments and administer grades. Those grades will be submitted, and then the folks at the central office, in concert with school personnel, principals, counselors, will verify those grades, determine GPA, and ultimately determine class rank. Dr. Chacon and others on the team are working very, very hard to design and implement a virtual summer school program that for the first time will not only be open to students who are not performing at grade level, but for all students. We're also obviously working with the principals at the high schools. We think it's incredibly important, and I know the board feels the same way, that we find a way to have a commencement exercise for each of the 7 comprehensive high schools, Valle Verde Early College High School, and the alternative schools. It's a rite of passage. It's something that they and their families have looked forward to for a very long time. They worked exceptionally hard to get to this point. So we will do anything and everything we can to provide that opportunity. Unlikely it will happen in the early part of June. If we're very fortunate, it could happen in the latter part of June, but it looks more and more like we're looking at mid-July, late July, and possibly even early August. As you all know, it really is predicated by the city's comfort level when it comes to lifting the stay-at-home order. Because as long as that stay-at-home order is in place, we cannot legally convene or congregate. Should we get the impression that that order is not likely to be lifted in the summer, all of our principals and staff at central office will begin to focus on a virtual commencement exercise where every student who is graduating will get an opportunity to be showcased relative to academic achievement, clubs, organizations, accomplishments, achievements, teams, championships, that sort of thing. But we really are committed to giving these students the experience that they deserve. As I mentioned earlier, just because our formal instructional program ends on Friday, May 15th, does not mean that these students will not continue to have access to all of the curriculum we have available on the website, both open sources and those programs that we have purchased for our students. And we'll make an effort to make sure that parents and students know that they are available and that they should seriously consider making sure that their students spend a couple hours a day exercising their mind. We will also, and I spoke to Trustee Ramirez earlier, we will also make a commitment to provide meals for our students for as long as the government will provide them to us. And so we do not see a break in that. We think we'll be able to do that as part of the regular school year and seamlessly move into the summer school program and then seamlessly move into the fall 2020 start of the school year. And I appreciate and I think my team appreciates all of the support and the leadership that we've received from the board. It's made our job easier. And last but not least, I want to thank all of the teachers and staff, our instructional leaders, principals, assistant principals, for working so hard to make this semester as successful and as positive as it has been, given the very, very difficult circumstances under which we operate.
Okay, thank you, Dr. La Torre. We will now move to the consent agenda items. The order of the agenda has been approved. May I have a motion on the remaining consent agenda items? Raise your hand if somebody wants to. Okay. We have a motion by Mr. Kuder. Please read your motion.
President Ochoa, I move to approve the remaining consent agenda items listed on this agenda as recommended by the administration.
May I have a second?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff, seconding that motion.
Okay, we have a second. We'll now call each one of you so we can verify your vote. Okay, Trustee Bustillo, how do you vote?
Yes.
Nay.
Yes. Nay.
Yay, okay. Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder,
Yay.
Trustee Rosales,
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff,
Yay.
Trustee Lucero,
Yay.
and I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. The results are in. There's 7 in favor and none opposed. Thank you. We will now move to the full consent agenda items. Item number seven, approval of award of YSD contract number 202-00143 with the El Paso County Community College District. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, may I have a motion?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff.
Ms.
I
Woodruff?
move to approve award of YSD contract number 202-001343. I'm sorry, I'll say that again, 202-00143 with El Paso Community College District.
There was more in there. You don't have the whole complete motion?
Number 7.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll read it again. I was looking at the wrong thing. I move to approve award of YC contract number 202-00143, interlocal agreement with El Paso Community College District for the development and support of J.M. Hanks Early College High School, as shown in the agreement contract presented and contingent upon final negotiations and in-house counsel review.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff. I have a second.
President Ochoa, Trustee Kudir seconds.
Okay, we have a second by Mr. Kuder. Okay, Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Oh, abstain, that's right. Okay, abstain. Trustee Kuder,
Yay.
Trustee Rosales,
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff,
Yay.
Trustee Lucero,
Yay.
okay, and I, Trustee, vote yay. The results are in. We have 6 in favor and 1 abstention. Okay. Okay, now we'll move on to the action items. Item number 1, inclusion of regularly assigned part-time employees in March 13, 2020 parameters for pay during emergency closure. Is there any discussion? Thank you. If no further discussion, May I have a motion?
I'll do it.
Lucero,
It's Trustee Ysleta. I move that pursuant to policy DA local and to maintain employee morale and continuity to the district benefit, to include in the parameters for paying employees during the COVID-19 emergency closure approved March 13, 2020, those part-time employees who would otherwise be expected to work a regular duty schedule directed by the district during the period of emergency closure and have been directed by the district to not report to the regularly assigned work during the emergency closure.
may I have a second?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff seconding that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff. We have a second by Ms. Woodruff. Okay. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay. Yay.
Thank you. And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Votes are in. 7 in favor, none opposed. Item number 2, action item number 2, inclusion of certain substitutes for regular duty employees in March 13, 2020 parameters for pay during emergency closure. Is there any discussion? Yes, sir. Mr. Rosales.
I'm ready to move, make the motion.
Okay, so you makes the motion, Mr. I have a motion by Mr. Rosales. There's no discussion. Yes, sir. Can you read the motion, please?
I move that pursuant to policy DEA local and to maintain employee morale and continuity to the district benefit, including the parameters for paying employees during the COVID-19 emergency closure approved on March 13th, 2020, those part-time employees who were likely to work frequently after February 2020 as substitutes for other full-time or part-time district employees who were absent from regular duty under criteria determined by and in the amount determined as appropriate by the superintendent.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Rosales. May I have a second?
Mr. President, I second Mr. Rosales' motion. This is Connie Woodruff.
Thank you, Connie. Okay, Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez?
Yay.
How do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote? Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in. 7 in favor, none opposed. Thank you. Say, action item number 3, delegation of authority to superintendent to modify emergency closure and related parameters for employee pay. Is there any discussion? Okay. If there's no further discussion, may I have a motion?
I motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Kuder.
Oh, I thought it was Mr. Bustillos, but
Well, I don't know.
go ahead, Mr. Bustillos.
Mr. Bustillos. We have a motion by Mr. Bustillos.
I move to approve or ratify the delegation of authority to the superintendent under policy EB local and policy DEA local to issue directives modifying the emergency closure of the district facilities consistent with the health and safety standards and applicable government directives to allow some or all employees to return to regular duty with or without modified work schedules or location as directed, without automatically earning premium pay under DEA local.
Thank you, Mr. Bustillos. May I have a second?
Mr. Ochoa, Connie Woodruff, second that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff. It's been seconded by Ms. Woodruff. Okay. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote? Trustee Ramirez?
Yay.
Okay. Trustee, how do you vote?
Yay.
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote? Mr. Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Oh, okay, thank you. Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed.
President Ochoa,
Yes, sir.
this is Soto Ramirez. Just want to let you know that on occasion that the signal is being lost a little bit. And so
Okay.
I'm not always hearing the conversation. So I don't know if it's on my end or if anybody else is having that problem.
Okay.
Just want to make
I'll just keep repeating it until we get a confirmation from you. That's one thing about doing online board meetings. It's one of those things that
see
can
it just
trip us up.
happened again.
Say, okay, well,
So,
repeating it until I get an answer from you.
okay, I just want to let you know I'm not being obstinate tonight. I'm just
No.
I just can't hear it.
I have that happen to me every day with my students, so it's not something new to me. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you just for letting us know. Okay, item number 4, temporary modifications of policy EIC local regarding weighted points for advanced placement courses. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, may I have a motion? Okay,
President Ochoa, I move to approve policy EIC local be temporarily modified until August 1st, 2020, insofar as to provide that for all secondary students taking advanced placement courses in the spring semester of 2020, 10 weighted points shall be added to the weighted numerical grade average calculation for completion of the AP course if the student's grade is 80% or higher, even if a student does not take the College Board AP exam.
okay, thank you. We had a motion by Mr. Kuder. May I have a second?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff. I second that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff. We have a second by Ms. Woodruff. Okay. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote? Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
I think he lost connection. He might need to come back.
He can. Yeah, he's frozen.
Yay.
There he is.
There you are. Okay, thank you. Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay. Yay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ms. Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Action item number 5. Temporary modifications to policy EIC local regarding local graduation honors for 2020 graduating seniors. Is there discussion? Okay. If no further discussion, may I have a motion?
President Ochoa,
Mr. Bustillos, we have a motion by Mr. Bustillos. Yes, sir.
President Ochoa, I move to approve that the policy EIC local be temporarily modified until August 1st, 2020, so far as to provide that local graduation honors for seniors graduating in spring of 2020 shall be based on the weight of numerical averages earned as of the end of the fall semester 2019.
Thank you, Mr. Bustillos, for your motion. May I have a second?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff. I second that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff. It's been seconded by Ms. Woodruff. Okay. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you?
Yay, but I cannot second or make a motion. For some reason, you're not hearing me. So I'm for it's yay for me, but I want to let you know that on 2 other motions prior, I attempted to make the motion and you all didn't hear me. I just want to let you know I'm having problems over here.
Okay, when I ask for a motion, if you would just wave your hand, I can see that. And then that'll
Okay.
get attention. Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Anytime you want to get my attention or the staff's attention, just wave your hand in front of the screen, and that way we can know that you're trying to get our attention, and maybe your speaker's not working. But thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Rosales. Okay, that was item number 5. Yes. Item number 6. Authority to dispose items made surplus as a result of COVID-19. Is there any discussion? I do have, I did ask Ms. Lindley Leeper to explain this to our community, what we are voting on this item 6 and number 7. Ms. Leeper, are you there?
I am, sir. I'm sorry. The computers are all delayed this evening.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
items 6 and 7 are, one is to allow us to declare items surplus that might not be used through the end of the school year. These items typically would be perishable items that are in our food stores or food bank, or in our food kitchens. And what we would like to do is, if these items can't be used during our grab and go program, then we would work with the local food bank to distribute those items where they can be used before they expire. And then on item 7, that is related to equipment that we have in our health magnet program, such as our gurneys, beds, IV machines, things like that, that may be useful to the hospital or emergency efforts. And so if we were asked, we would be able to loan them through the authority of this particular item.
Thank you, Ms. Leeper. I think it's very important for the community to know that we are making every effort to help out as best we can in any way we can. Thank you. Okay, no further discussion. May I have a motion? Mr. Rosales.
I move to approve delegation of authority to the superintendent after due diligence to sell or donate district materials and supplies that due to COVID-19 related closures and postponements will not be used as originally intended during the school year to certain entities identified in the local stay home, work safe orders as carrying out a public purpose, except to the extent of inconsistent with policy, CI legal, and authorizing execution of a board resolution and written agreement as appropriate, contingent upon legal review.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Rosales, for that motion. May I have a second? Okay, Kudera, we have a second? By Mr.
Yes.
Okay, Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Thank you. Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Thank you. 7 results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Okay, item number 7, which Ms. Lindley just spoke about. Authority to loan essential supplies or equipment for use in responding to COVID-19 emergency. Is there any discussion besides what Ms. Lindley said? If not, if no further discussion, may I have a motion? Ms. Woodruff, we have a motion by Ms. Woodruff.
Mr. Ochoa, I move to approve delegation of authority to the superintendent after due diligence to loan essential supplies or equipment for use by healthcare operations or essential government functions identified in local stay-home, work-safe orders in preparing for or responding to COVID-19 to be returned or replaced for the 2020-2021 school year consistent with policy CBB legal and authorizing execution of a board resolution and written agreement as appropriate, contingent upon legal review.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Woodruff, for your motion. May I have a second?
President Ochoa, oh, sorry.
Mr. Rosales, second. Mr. Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Item number 8. Action item number 8, impact of COVID-19 emergency closure on calculation of secondary grade point average. Is there any discussion? If no further discussion, may I have a motion? Mr. Kuder, we have a motion by Mr. Kuder. Please read your.
President Ochoa, I move that policy EIC local is modified to omit permanently from the calculation of a student's cumulative grade point average any numerical grade earned in any secondary school course taken during the spring 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Kuder, for your motion. May I have a second?
A second.
Mr. Bustillos has seconded the motion. Okay. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Action item number 9. Temporary procedure for formative evaluation of internal auditor. Is there any discussion? No further discussion, may I have a motion? We have a motion by Mr. Bustillos. Please read your motion.
President Ochoa, I move to approve that for the 2020 formative evaluation of the internal auditor, such formative evaluation will consist of all written comments and the average of all evaluation numerals scored submitted by the board members and the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Bustillos, for your motion. May I have a second?
Mr. Ochoa, this is Connie Woodruff. I second that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Woodruff, for your second. Okay, Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yes. Yay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
Okay. And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in. In favor, none opposed. Okay, action item number 10. Determination of emergency under Texas Code 44.0312C, allowing increased delegation of contracting authority to superintendent. Is there any discussion? Mr. Rosales?
Chairman, I make a motion.
Okay.
I would like to have I'd like to say something prior to the motion, please.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Lucero.
I would just like to say, and I know we discussed this a little bit on during the Monday workshop, but I just wanted to go on record just to make sure that we do get reports, hopefully monthly or as a BC, especially as larger contracts are made and signed, so that we can keep abreast as to what's going on during this pandemic. So we make sure we're also following through with what we have to do with our community. And that's it.
Chairman, I concur with her comments. I feel that as long as we receive a BC and the board is made aware of, brought abreast of what is transpiring, I have no reservations about the judgment of the board, of the superintendent and his administration. I agree.
Okay. Anybody else have any further comments? So we're in agreement.
President Ochoa, we will never make big commitments or big decisions without first sharing our thoughts with the board, and that will continue. And so you can expect board communiques from myself and other staff members to make sure that we remain a team of 8.
Thank you. Okay.
Chairman, I make
Mr. Rosales, make the motion. Please read it.
I move to approve a determination under Texas Education Code 44.0312C that the COVID-19 pandemic is an emergency affecting the district such that the board delegates to the superintendent the authority to approve all contracts and purchases that the superintendent determines to be within budget and necessary for emergency replacement, construction, or repair of school equipment or facilities, with the superintendent reporting any such exercise of additional authority to the next board meeting, or at the next board meeting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rosales, for your motion. May I have a second? Mr. Kuder.
President Troy, I second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Kuder. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote? Mr. Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Oh, thank you. Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Thank you. Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Action item number 11, determination of procurement delay due to the major operational failure under the Texas Code 44.031H. Is there any further discussion? Is there any discussion, I should say?
I just wanted to, I don't know if this is Miss Lindley who could just give us a little, just a brief overview as to what some of the delays might have been, just so we kind of put that out there in transparency to our community.
Ms. Lindy?
Back on? There it is.
Yes, sir.
So when we are talking about some of these delays, for instance, there are other communities, school districts that are not operational remotely, and they maintain co-ops that we utilize for, say, portable movement or other things related to our construction. if their co-op solicitation expires, we need another mechanism for being able to continue with portable relocation or something like that. And this item allows us to move forward to avoid operational delays by using either another type of procurement methodology or implementing something that's unique to us for that particular situation. And as Dr. De La Torre mentioned a moment ago, no matter what we do, we'll come back and report to the board that we've made a decision to move differently than we would through our normal procurement channels.
Thank you, Ms. Leeper.
Yes, sir.
No further discussion? No further discussion. May I have a motion?
Chairman, I make a motion.
Mr. Rosales.
I move to approve a determination under Texas Education Code 44.031H that the COVID-19 pandemic has caused a major operational failure and delay posed by normal procurement methods under the Texas Education Code Section 44.031A, would substantially impair essential school activities and accordingly contracts for goods and services needed to provide remote operations and instruction or to maintain the health and safety conditions of facilities and equipment may be made by procurement methods other than those required by Section 44.031A during the period reasonably necessary to respond to the pandemic and to comply with governmental orders.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Rosales, for your motion. May I have a second?
Mr. President, this is Connie Woodruff. I second that motion.
May I have a second by Ms. Woodruff? Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote? Mr. Ramirez, oh, now we have two of you. Can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are we at?
We're on action item number 11, and Mr. Rosales just read the motion, and Ms. Woodruff just seconded. We're taking a vote.
Okay, I vote aye, or yay.
Yay. Okay. Trustee Kuder.
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay. Yay.
Thank you. Ms. Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
Okay. And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Action item number 12, award of phase number 1 solicitation bond 2019 RP.-01 BP 1904 Bel Air High School additions and renovations. Is there any discussion? Okay. If no further discussion, may I have a motion?
Mr.
Ms.
President,
Woodruff, we have a motion by Ms. Woodruff. Please read your motion.
I move to approve award of phase number 1 solicitation number bond 2019 RFP 01 BP 1904 Bel Air High School additions and renovations for $5,820,473 to Buford Thompson Company LLC from bond funds towards the guaranteed maximum price, with the remaining packages totaling the guaranteed maximum price and estimated cost of construction presented at subsequent board meetings, contingent upon final negotiation of contract documents and legal counsel review.
Chairman, I second that motion.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Woodruff, for your motion, and Mr. Rosales, a second. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Kuder, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yea. Results are 7 in favor, none opposed. Action item number 13. Award of number 1, solicitation bond 29 RFP-04 BP1908A Lancaster Elementary HVAC and life cycle upgrades. Is there any discussion? Okay, no further discussion. May I have a motion? We have a motion by Ms. Lucero. Please read your motion.
I move to approve award of Phase 1 solicitation bond number 2019 RFP-04 BP1908A Lancaster Elementary HVAC and life cycle upgrades for the sum of $5,624,000. I don't, I'm reading this like 648. I'm sorry, 5.624648 million to Baines General Contractors from Inc. from bond funds towards a guaranteed maximum price GMP, with the remaining packages totaling the guaranteed price GMP and estimated cost of construction presented at subsequent board meetings, contingent upon final negotiation of contract documents and legal counsel review.
Thank you, Ms. Lucero, for your motion. May I have a second?
A second.
Mr. Bustillos, we have a second. Trustee Bustillos, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Ramirez, how do you vote?
Aye.
Trustee Cudero, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Rosales, how do you vote?
Yay.
Thank you. Trustee Woodruff, how do you vote?
Yay.
Trustee Lucero, how do you vote?
Yay.
And I, Trustee Ochoa, vote yay. Results are in, 7 in favor, none opposed. Okay, well, that was good. Okay, before we adjourn, I'd like to say a few words, and it's not going to take long, but I did want to say, I think it's something I needed to say is, first, I want to thank everyone for the fine work that has been done to help our students with continuing their education. These past weeks, we have learned how to cope with this invisible threat that has invaded our community. Our response has been there from the very beginning, making critical decisions, ensuring our students continue to receive their meals at our schools, and this continues to happen through the efforts of our wonderful cafeteria personnel. We also had to make great adjustments for continuing the education of our children. I am proud to say Ysleta ISD stepped up to the plate and developed the best possible way for providing online learning, which has never been done in our district's history. It was challenging, but our teachers rose to the occasion and did not waver at any time. I also want to thank the parents that have been there supporting our efforts day in and day out. I also want to thank all our admin, principals, assistant principals, counselors, coaches, instructional personnel, and many more that I haven't named deserve our gratitude. In closing, I also want to thank Dr. De La Torre and his staff who also have worked tirelessly in leading our district through this storm. Thank you, fellow board members who have stayed the course so we can come out of this stronger than before. Thank you. Does anybody else want to say something? If not, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay. Motion to adjourn has been done. Ms. Scotty Ruva, we are adjourned. Thank you so much, guys.
Have a good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Great job, everybody.
Great job. Everybody did good.